to another edition of the Democratic Talk, where we aim to inspire, educate, inform, and change lives forever by unveiling a side of the story. And today I have another guest. So let me not waste time, let's get into it. Welcome and thanks for making time to come and talk to us.
Thank you.
Let's get into it. Can you tell us about yourself? Who is the man in our screen?
My name is Philipus Amunyela, well known, aka the Jaguar, also known as King Pigeon. And other people call me the truth. I'm the truth because I tell it as it is.
Oh, you are the truth.
I'm the truth.
Okay, King PJ. Why do they call you King PJ?
Simply because that name came from my childhood. Like my grandmother used to call me a king as Shuambo Onkwanira as I was growing up. So then I think it came and I'm a king. So from there I grew up with the mindset of a king. So I believe I'm a king.
Okay.
In this world that I'm in.
Oh, okay. Let's not waste time. Talk to us about the incident where you raised two kids that you thought they were yours.
Okay, well, the first incident happened in 2011. I was still a young man coming up. So it was a rebound relationship where I met this beautiful girl. Asked her out, but it was in long distance. So then we started dating. It was long distance, so at times when then they came to a point where she came by, we met. She's my girlfriend. We made love. She went back 2 weeks after. She's telling me she thinks she's pregnant. So one, she's my girlfriend. Two, we slept together and I didn't use protection. So then
so you didn't have any doubts?
No, I had no doubt.
Okay.
So as a result, I told her, okay, let's go for it.
Okay, and then what happened?
So from there it was a thing of, okay, I told her, okay, it was a good news, so we're expecting a child. Well, what surprised was the fact that, okay, I counted when the child was going to be born. And then it was a thing of, we're supposed to expect the child by late November or at least early December. But then surprisingly this child came in September, like 5 months.
5 months before?
5 months. After 5 months after we were together. And then a surprise, meaning that this child was born in 5 months, so there was still 4 months.
4 months
up front. So then as a result, then so I was young, so I have to ask her mother, like, is it possible for a child to be born in such a frame of 5 months? Then the mother was like, yeah, no.
So when the baby was born,
the child was not premature.
So everything was fine.
Everything was proper. It was normal. In fact, the child was born in Rundu. They traveled the next day to the north. So then but like I said, I was young, so I called her mother, and I asked her, like, is it possible? Then her mother was like, yeah, no. I also gave birth to her in the same month. So she went possibly in my gene or So I felt for it because it was coming from an elder.
So you didn't have any reason to doubt that?
No. When an elder speak from where I came from, it's like when an elder says something, it's about, we believe or we're brought up that elders don't lie.
They don't,
And I didn't see the point of such an old woman to lie to me. But that already was the red flag number one, or it was a lie. Then after that, it was a thing of the child. I started supporting the child and doing everything that was expected of me. And then I got a child. They told me they were starting with the field work in the north and I was going to get the child. So I got the child.
So how old was the child by then? 6 months?
So I brought her here. We stayed with her here. And I only found out 3 years later. She was a big girl. And how I found out was actually a friend of mine works at the hospital.
Okay.
So I was supposed to pick her up, and I think an emergency came. So then she didn't knock off the time that she usually knock off.
Yeah.
And so she told me to pick her up. So I'm a very impatient person, so I needed and I drove away. So when she knocked off, she called me. Then she told me that there was an emergency. So I came back to pick her. She told me, look, there was an emergency. A lady came in with labor at 5 months. Unfortunately, the kid couldn't make it. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Then I was like, what do you mean a kid couldn't make it?
Yeah.
It's like, no, a child born in 5 months cannot survive. I was like, but that's not true. It was like, I'm a medical practitioner, so how can
and then now you were relating your incident with the incident.
No, actually, then I had to tell her, like, okay, but my daughter was born in 5 months. Then she told me, like, she looked at me weirdly, like, what you're telling me is the truth, then that's not your child. So then, to me, it was like, to me, from there, I had not to approach her mother.
Yeah.
Because how this child was born, I mean, she was telling me, apparently when she used to go now for checkups, apparently the doctor said the child is growing very fast and big.
So it was something that she planned?
No, she planned it. And it only came to make sense later.
Yeah.
Because even when she gave birth, she was like, no, she gave birth because apparently the umbilical cord is damaged and the child cannot be supplied with food anymore. And then as a result, it's a thing of the child need to be taken out.
Oh, okay, but let me ask you this question. While you guys were dating, did you get any sign that maybe she was cheating on you? Or?
No, it was long distance. So it's a thing of most of the time that we meet, we meet each other, it's weekends.
Yeah.
So there was no room for that. But all I remember was that, okay, relationship, you have misunderstanding here and there.
Yeah, here and there.
But with that time, that period came where there was just no misunderstanding at all.
Yeah.
I can be wrong, but she will overlook it and all that. And again, it was a game plan.
Yeah.
So I found out, and when I found out I was actually dating another girl.
Okay.
I was in a relationship because that was like, I think 4 years after.
By that time, you guys broke up already?
Yeah, no, we're not together.
Oh.
So when I approached her, she confessed.
Okay, but then was the child having your surname?
No, the child had my name. The child was on my medical leave. The child had studied policy with me. It was my child.
Yeah.
The child had everything from me. Actually, I mean, I'm the father, so I had to support my child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, from there it was a thing of, I approached the mother, we spoke with the mother. So from there it was a thing of, I approached the mother. Then the mother is like, yeah, now where is that coming from and all that. I was like, oh.
You approached the mother of your daughter or the mother of the lady?
No, the mother, no, okay, first I approached,
ex?
No, yes. First I approached my ex.
Okay.
To tell me, I asked her, can you tell me what actually made you to give birth in 5 months?
Yeah.
Then she was like, she just started, if you think the child is not yours, just go make a paternity test. And that's me being that time I was an investigator by then. I told her I did already the DNA. But I didn't do the DNA, I just wanted to say a reaction. I was like, I did the DNA and the result says I'm not the child's father. Then she confessed that it's true.
Okay.
Then it's true, no, I'm sorry. That I asked her, why did you choose to complicate my life like that? No, she was like, I'm sorry was the only word she could say. But I think it's because she really knew that I was a great person or a great partner, and I was also a great father to the child. Okay. So I approached her mother, then the mother from there decided, where is that coming from, Then later on the mother decided to come from the north to come get the child.
Without telling you?
No, actually she told me. When I told her, she was like, no, how did you go do the DNA? Because I told her mother that I did the paternity test. Which was just a lie. So now she's like, how do you do the paternity test without telling what, how do you take the child for paternity? Then I was like, oh, so you only care about me doing the paternity, but you don't care with the result that the child is not mine.
Yeah.
Then from there, she told me, no, apparently I shouldn't tell my parents. I should wait, she's going to come from the north. And after coming from the north, then I can tell my parents, then they will come here so they resolve the issue. Okay, me being well brought up, I fell for the trap again. I was like, it's fine.
Okay.
So then from there, what she did actually, she called my mother. The lady, my ex-mother called my mother and told my mother that apparently I want to kill her daughter. I'm denying the child because apparently I've got a new girlfriend. Now I'm denying the child. Just blew
so into another twist again.
Yeah, and I said I want to kill her daughter. And she will be traveling from the north. She traveled actually that night from the north
to come and
get her child, her grandkid, because she doesn't feel safe anymore.
Yeah.
But that was after 3 years of spending time with the child.
Sure.
So with me being now like respectful, I slept. I didn't tell anybody in the family.
Yeah.
I just slept. The next day I went to work. Then I saw an uncle of mine at work, who's a former, like we used to work together some times ago.
Yeah.
But he used to work for, but he was on retirement. He's a lady now.
Yeah.
So when I saw my uncle, he came, he greeted me. I thought he just came to do his things.
Yeah.
Little did I know that my uncle came to tell my bosses that there's a story like this. I want to kill a woman, and they should actually take me and try to handle me and bring me home. So then my bosses they arranged each other. Then they called me. No, there's something that we need to go to your house to go get something for this boss, because okay, he used to have a certain position there.
Yeah.
He said they left some things there, but we don't know your house, so can you please take us? I was like, okay. So now the car was having 4 people. The driver, one, but all these are head. These are the bosses.
Yeah.
1 person in front, 2 behind, but they put me in the middle. But okay, we drove until when we were approaching my home, I could see a lot of cars, like a lot of cars. And then
back at your house.
Yes. Then I was like, I saw my uncle's car, I saw my mother's car, I saw. Then I was like, what's happening? Yeah, then I was like, what's going on? Then I told my colleagues that okay, if you guys are not telling me what's happening, I'm not gonna go in the house.
Yeah.
So then they told me no. To be honest, we don't know. They just said we should bring you in. Okay, fine. Then I came home. Getting home in the sitting room, I found like the whole family circle up, and I'm like, oh. Then I saw the lady, the grandmother to the child.
Oh, okay.
So when I saw the grandmother to the child, I was like,
this is the story.
Then I was like, oh, this is the story.
Yeah.
So from there, it was a thing of, I came there, greeted everybody, sat down. So my uncle was like, okay, one of my uncle. And the good part, I thank God I've got very cool uncles there. Okay. One of my uncles was like, okay, Mimi, can you please tell us what made you drive all the way from Enena to Venduka? No, we came because PJs want to kill my daughter. What? I was puzzled.
But then by that time your ex was in Rundu?
Yeah, she was in Rundu.
Okay.
Then I was like, I looked at this big woman lying, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. Then I was like, okay. After she spoke, I was calm and collected. After sharing her story, I was like, oh, okay. Then they were like, anybody with a question to ask the boy? Then one of my cool uncle was like, no, we cannot ask the boy. Let him give us his story. Yeah. Then I gave my story. When I just said the 5 months, everybody was like, that's not our child. Yeah, ne? Yeah, then from there, but now, we need now prove that the child is not mine. Yeah. So they were like, no, they need to call the other lady to demand the other lady to be released to come to me from Rundu. So the lady came. So then the final one of my favorite aunt decided that no, we should go for DNA test. Yeah. The good part about DNA test, it's not done. Okay, they only withdraw blood in Namibia, but it's not done in Namibia. Yeah. Secondly, and my aunt is so cool because she decided that okay, we are not going to use black doctors because if we use black doctors, people might think it's compromising or whatever. Yeah. So we're going to use white doctor that we don't know. Yeah. It went like that. So the mother arrived, went to court, gave permission for DNA through magistrate. We went, DNA was done. After that, now, after the DNA was withdrawn, they demanded that we should have a meeting with the lady. Who demanded? My family. Okay. That we had the mother, we had the guy, now we want to hear the lady. Okay, the meeting was scheduled for 2 o'clock later on. 2 o'clock, the lady came. Apparently the daughter is just crying, she can't talk, what. Okay. It's like, okay, from there then she decided, no, they are taking the child. Then I was like, it's not fair. Yeah. I was like, no, let's wait for the DNA result. And it's not fair that I've spent 3 years with this child. I have a nanny for this child that I pay. So meaning now... And that bond also... And now, it means that now the child is going, the nanny is losing her job as well. Yeah. It was an unfortunate situation. Yeah. So, as a result, the family got in and they're like, no, you can't fight for the child. You have to let the child go. It's like, okay. So then you check all the bags that you have, or things that you have bought in the past 3 years.
Okay.
It's been taken because bottom line is that was for the child.
Yeah, and you don't have any reason.
And I don't have any reason. I mean, I bought it for the child, so I got nowhere to take it. So they were asked by court to choose a date for the result, when we should go for the result. Then I gave it in their hand to choose a date which is comfortable with them because because with me everything was cool.
Okay.
Then they chose the date came. That was I think January. When the date came, they never picked up. They never showed up.
Oh, so you guys went to court, but then they
they were not there. So I got the result. The child is not mine. And that's how it was. And by then I was in a relationship with this other girl. Very educated. She had everything of her.
But are you still in contact with your ex?
No.
Okay. Do you call them to check up on the kid?
No. Actually now the child is big. I think the child is in grade 3 or grade 4. And now the child demands a father. So the lady's little sister started contacting me because the problem is this lady and the mother of the child and her mother still they went to the family and lied that I'm denying the child to date. To date. So
currently
So I think a month ago her sister approached me, called me. Oh no, she actually came at my FB inbox. Now, can you please contact me? I called her. She's like, no, please, I want you to make time for the child and everything. I was like, but how do I make time for the child if it's not my child? No. I was like, no, but people must come clean and tell the truth that the child is not mine. No, I'm like, okay, and what's worse, these people never apologized. They never said sorry. They never said, because if they could have said sorry, or genuinely just come forth and possibly even go to my parents and just apologize. Like, okay,
things happen.
Things happen. So that's how it is. I could have possibly adopted the child. But now they're being delusional. They're being those people are
dramatic,
even, it's not even dramatic. I don't know the word to use because they're still in denial, literally.
Also now they are still keeping it between the two of them.
Between the mother and the daughter, but the rest of the family, they still believed it, or they made them believe that I don't want to support the child and deny the child, even after the DNA. So what I did, I told the lady like, no, she must tell the truth because the child is growing, and of course the child deserves to know the real father. And now the real father. So after that, it was a thing of now this lady. I don't know. I even sent her the paternity test of the results.
Okay.
Because she keeps no, the child look like you, and I'm like, but this child doesn't even look like. In fact, I have my kids already, and my kids look they look alike, and this one doesn't.
This one looks so
doesn't look anything close to my child. So I was like, then I sent her the DNA. I was like, okay, ma'am, can you try to Google? Because she's a teacher, I was like, you're educated. Go on Google, check the name of the company that did the paternity test on Google, see the results and how authentic it is. She's still in denial. So at the end of the day, I told her, you know what, because it was draining and it was also like taking me back. I was like, you know what? I was like, guys, good luck with finding the father of the child. One day the child is going to find out who the father is. I'm not the father, so good luck with her finding the father because there's nothing I could do. And then the second one.
Yeah, tell us about the second incident.
The second incident was a lady that I was dating when I went through that. Yes, so when I was going through that, there's a lady who was there, like comforting me and telling me, don't worry, we're gonna make our own child and everything.
So she was very supportive.
Very much. And surprisingly, it was a thing of it was funny how she took advantage of my first situation. So I remember that we were in a relationship, I think, for 2 or 3 years. Then something was just, I felt she was not treating me the way I deserved to be treated. And me, there's no way, I don't compromise when it's come to my happiness, or I don't do well with disrespect of any kind. So I decided to call the relationship off. Now this girl is from a she's from a good family, very supportive family, both her parents. Being a firstborn, she works, she's educated, but then she was a mother already before I started dating her. Then she started with the whole thing of, I ended the relationship. So when I ended the relationship was a thing of, she because she's beautiful, she's from a good family, she's telling me I cannot dump her. Then I was like,
okay.
Yeah. Then I was like, I actually just did. I don't want. So I think a month later after that was the thing of I was home bored. I posted. That was in 2014. I posted home bored. That time there was no this WhatsApp status and all that, but it was only on Facebook. Then I was like home bored. Then she was like, "Can I come see you?" Then I was like, "Sure, you can come see me, provided," because she started giving emotional blackmail. I'm gonna kill myself, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "No, you can come see me, provided you won't give me, you won't come cry, you won't come give me any emotional blackmail." No, I promise. It's like, okay, cool, good to go. So she came, she brought me breakfast in bed, and me, guys being guys.
She came,
she came there looking all hot, and I haven't been with somebody for a month, I think. I was like, okay. We tried, we had something there.
Okay.
Of course, we were dating. Throughout the relationship for 3 years, we got tested. Then from there, and that's why it's also risky. Where for the time we've been together, we got tested from there. We're not using protection. So I usually withdraw with her. So this lady, after we slept, it was like for 3 years that I've been with her, I withdraw. She never fell pregnant. That time we had it, and I told her, okay. She told me, no, I want us to make love. I didn't make love in a while. I was like, okay, it can
then
happen.
You fell for it again.
No, I told her it can happen, provided that it's just sex. We're not gonna be together. Just an agreement.
No strings attached.
I was like, no strings attached. Okay, fine. Took just from there. 2 weeks later, this lady drives to my place. Come out. Came out.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, later. Come out. I came back. I came out. She had a pregnancy test. Now I'm pregnant. Then I'm like, and she's crying. No, I'm pregnant. I'm like, pregnant? Yes, I am pregnant. I'm like, pregnant how? No, PJ, you're the only person I've been with. Like, but I withdrew though. And one thing about me for sure, I mean, my withdrawal game is on 100%. It's on 100%.
So it was actually a threat to keep you.
It was a trap to keep me. And then I was like, but how though? So then I have to ask her. So you came to sleep with me? Because to me it was like she calculated herself and she knew what she was doing for her. So it was a trap that she came and it worked in her favor. So I was like, okay, fine. If you're pregnant, then it's fine. I'm going to support you throughout the pregnancy, but I'm not going to get back to you. She started crying. I'm like, I'm not going to be with you. But I'm going to support you and I'm going to take care of the child. I've been through with her, took her to the sauna, gave birth to a very healthy baby boy, I think in 8 months.
In 8?
Yeah,
not 9 again?
No, it was earlier. It was earlier. But it's normal.
It's 8 months.
So 8 months, then I did everything that I was supposed to do. Again, same formula. Name the child, medical aid, benefiting from day of birth, study policy, everything. Yeah, because the whole thing is the thing of I always want to be a great dad.
I think you did it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so she took advantage of the situation. Now, this girl now, because I couldn't be with her, and that's why I've learned that obsession, when you're obsessed with something, when you don't get it, it turns into hate. So this woman started hating me, where she started fighting me on everything.
Baby mama drama.
Yeah, so and it was worse. So from there she decided she had a daughter, so I must take care of her. But the daughter is not from me, so she's going to concentrate on her daughter. But the father of the firstborn of the daughter is not supportive, so I must take care of our daughter. It's like, oh, it's cool. So her duty was, I actually go to boys' school. Her duty was just to buy the child, feed the child. I take the child to school, take the child from school. I pay the school fees and everything. Okay, it was like that. Then there was that time I was busy studying. I was busy studying for my first degree. And then it was a thing of I was traveling to the north. That was 2016. Then between Okanja and Charo, my car broke down, the gearbox problem. And then it really ruined my whole budget. So I had to pay for school registration. Gearbox is messed up. Then there's now the child. Then I spoke to her like, look, can you please take care of the child this month? I'm going to pay you next month double. Then she's telling me, no, you can't make your problem a problem. Can't make your problem a problem. Make sure that the child things are sorted. That woman, that man, she took me to maintenance.
For 1 month.
She took me to maintenance. Surprisingly, one day I was at work, message out the court is coming to deliver that I'm summoned to go to court.
So you were not even aware?
No, I wasn't aware. Okay. And what she did, she took a picture of that, because she got a copy that I'm summoned to go to court for maintenance. So she took that picture, that document, took a picture, and then when she took a picture, she put it on Facebook. She tagged her friends that, apparently, I think to tarnish my name and to show to the world that I'm irresponsible.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be kidding.
So it was intense. So then I went to court. So when I went to court, it was a thing of, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because she was talking about a lot of things, expensive things that the baby is supposed, when the child needs. And then the magistrate was like, man, some of those things that you're talking, they're not basic needs.
Yeah.
They're actually luxury.
Yeah.
And from that day when I went to court, I had the money double to pay her even.
Yeah.
So then I gave her the money, then I even dropped her at work. So the magistrate called me like, no, man, this lady is not over you. That's why she's not fighting. So for the child, it's actually for herself because she's not over you. I was like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
So when the child was 5 years, one day I was driving the boy to school. I don't know, something came in me. I just out of the blue started that what this woman, the drama that she's playing, it's intense, but maybe this child is not even mine.
Yeah.
But in 3 years, one day we had a misunderstanding. Then she even told me, yeah, that child is not yours. That child is for this guy.
Okay.
But the guy, I know him because we school together. I know, like, this is a guy that I know. But the guy wanted her the whole time in a relationship. And then at 5, that was 3. Then the second day she was there, I'm sorry for what happened. I just want to apologize. I just said that because I wanted to hurt you because you went through that whole thing already.
Yeah.
So that's like 5.
And then it made sense to you.
It makes,
she's relating to what you want.
It makes sense. So then at 5 years, I decided like one day out of the blue, the boy was catching flu. I went because at that school, the teacher didn't even know the number. It's only me. Or sometimes the granny more, especially if I travel away out of town with work. So it was like, okay. From there it was a thing of, I told the teacher, I'm going to do what? I'm going to pick the child up at 10 o'clock to take the child to the doctor.
Yeah.
But initially I've already booked for a paternity test to be done.
Yeah.
So when there it was but the boy is very smart. So I told even the lady that worked at the lab that we cannot do pricking, like with the blood, unless something else. Then she was like, okay, we'll take the saliva.
Okay.
So I went there, got swiped. After that I told the boy like, come, just get that simple. So that happened. DNA was done. Sorry. Then from there it was like 14 days private. Results came. I'm not the child's father.
How did you take that, given the fact that you went through this before?
Firstly, it was like a joke. Like it was like describing that day. It was like first it was like it's funny.
Yeah.
When this lady, the one that works in the lab, when I got there, it's a thing of we started talking and we're just talking normal. Then later on she was like, okay, let's get back to the results. What point is here? The child is here and the results are like, the child is not yours. I know the biological feel of the child. I was like, no, it was like, no, it can't be, it's a joke.
It's a dream.
So, that moment I took it lightly. And I remember there was a friend of mine that was doing some tender of supplying toilet papers. So sometimes she would ask me to go help her like drop off that. So earlier before I went, she called me. And I agreed that we're gonna drop the toilet at the Hilton. So I picked her up normal, I was fine. Then she went in to drop the toilet. When she came out, I don't know, I just broke down. Now she was wondering, she was wondering like,
are you fine?
What's happening to this? Because number one, she had never even saw me like that or even angry. So she was like, she got there, she froze, like completely froze. And she's like, King, what's up? No, I was like, then I had to tell her. When I told her, then she was like, she was lost out of words because she knows the
what
first
you
story.
through,
She was like, okay. Number one is like, can you drive? I'm like, don't worry, I can. So I was like, but then this lady blocked me. She doesn't want to talk to me. She was, if there's anything to do with the child, I must talk to her mother and all that. So I had to come home, ask the Nini's number, phone. It's for me to call her. Then I called her, can you please meet up? So then we met up. Then I was like, oh, bruh. So the last 3 years ago when you told me the child was not mine, so you were really serious.
Yeah.
Just like, what are you talking about? Like, I got the DNA result, the child is not mine. No, PJ, you are so dramatic. And yes, these people, they know how to play reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Then she started with the whole emotional blame, if you don't want to support the child, it's fine, I can take my child. I told her, you know what? And the result here. She started messing with my mind to a point that I even started doubting again the DNA, the results in my head. In my hand. The results were in my hand, but she was playing with my mind to a point that I started doubting that, okay, possibly the lady that gave me the result faked the result because possibly she wants me or something. You understand? Then I came home, I was like, I just left. Then I came home. Then I told her, look, I don't want anything. I don't want you to tell my parents. I don't want my parents to know. I don't want anybody to know. Just take your child, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I got home, I started Googling. How authentic these companies.
Yeah.
The result on Google is like number one.
Yeah.
The results are accurate. Never a mistake. Then I was like, okay, I'm done. So this lady, what she did, she called my mother. Tell my mother I'm denying the child.
Again?
Yeah, this is the second one. Then my mother's calling me, oh, what's wrong with you? Are you out of your mind?
For the second time, you are doing this again, yeah.
I had to tell her straight up, Mimi, that's not my child. Mimi, that's not my child. From there, the next day, I went this family meeting with the father. Now the father was a director. He's a well-seated guy. He got a very good position.
Yeah.
So it's a meeting we should go. We should even go to his house because because the thing is very
it's you guys that want to talk to him.
No, he requested for it at his house. Imagine. So we went with my mom and my uncle. Then this guy is like, yeah, I can't believe we trusted you with a child and you went to take a test for DNA. So I asked this guy, so you're talking about me taking the child to the DNA, but you don't care about the result coming that the child's not mine?
Yeah.
No, how do we know that that's true? It's like I have no reason to deny the child.
Yeah.
And number two, I always can get the child here. You bring the child out to me. Why should I do that? No, we don't. The mother of the girl comes. We don't even trust you anymore. If there was something like that, why didn't you come to us? I was like, people, the child is not mine. The results. No, we don't trust your results and everything. We need to go do another. Rich people or when people have money power, they think they own the world.
Yeah.
That's a sad part. So from there, I was like, they demanded a second paternity now through magistrate. Then I told them, I don't want anything. Then let's this end here. The results are done. I don't want to. Let's cut this whole story. Take your child, grandchild, move on with your life. I'm moving. They demanded no. Then I told them, if we're gonna go for a second paternity, I'm gonna demand for you guys to pay back. If the results come the same, you guys must pay back for every cent that I've spent on this child.
Yeah.
For the past 5 years. The mother being also a senior HR, a senior or chief HR.
It's not a problem.
It's like, no, it's not a problem. I was like, okay. Went to court. I remember even in court, I was telling this lady, can you spare yourself some embarrassment?
Yeah.
And tell your parents the truth. She was like, no, they're the one forcing. I'm like, tell your parents the truth.
Yeah.
We went for the paternity test. The result, the day of the results came, the child is not mine. When she came there, she was like, yeah, I'm happy he's not the father of the child. The father of the child is more richer and more cuter than him. So
just
like,
now, after 5 years.
I look at this girl, I was like, you need Jesus. You literally need Jesus. So from there, I called the mother, like, okay, the results are saying, I'm not the child's father. Can I please have my money? Yeah, apparently I must put it in written how much I want. I was like, no, but the DNA result is already there.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, I don't know. I've spent a fortune in the child. 5 years, come on. Kid is sick, medical aid, everything. I was like, the least that you can give me at least 50,000. Yeah, no, okay, now so it's fine. Put in written. I put in written. They said apparently they're gonna pay 25 first. Then after some month they're gonna pay the last installment.
Yeah.
I waited for that month. When the day came, I called the lady. Oh, I'm still waiting for my 25,000.
Yeah.
No, when you guys were sleeping with each other, I was not there. Then I was like, oh, Meme, when you are facilitating this from the get-go, did I sleep with you? No, what? Then I told her, you people, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you bring, and you don't know how dangerous this can create.
Yeah.
But, so I don't know what you wanted from me. Can you please bring back the letter that you demanded me to write? Because I don't know, maybe you wanted to witch me.
Yeah.
I left, because I went to her office. I left her office. You know what this woman did? She went to the police, called the daughter. Apparently, I said, I'm going to kill her. The daughter at that time is an accountant at the Prime Minister's office. Then I was like, I went back to the office just to be called that no.
The police called you?
No, not the police. Somebody actually in the police who knows me like, my guy, people are looking for you and you'll be arrested. So wherever you are, if you are close, just drive to the station now. City police is informed. By then, military police was informed. Nampo Reserve Force was informed because apparently I'm a dangerous guy.
Most wanted.
Yeah, and I think that was the time also that there was the shooting at the city center. Where the guy killed two ladies. Yes. It was around that time, so they didn't take it lightly. The police. I went there. So the father, being a powerful guy, and with my work, we usually donate things for emergency.
Yeah.
And he's the head of emergency. What he did, he knows my boss.
Yeah.
So he called my boss directly that no, Veronica, I want to kill her daughter. So this man wanted to tarnish my name even at work.
Yeah.
So my boss was surprising because with me, I'm the type of person that I balance situations. I can be going through whatsoever, I don't show it at work. I keep my problems at home. I don't take it to work. So my boss was very surprised. No, I saw these guys, they're looking all good and everything. So they came there. We got in the inspector general today. Shikongo was the head by then of commerce. He's the one who handled the case, and I want really to congratulate him on how professional he is, because how he handled that matter was impressive, like really, really impressive. So the husband now, the lady came with the mother, the father, the aunties, uncles, they were there, and my boss. But my boss didn't come for me. My boss also came on the other side. On the other side.
So who were you with from your family?
I was just with my mother. Just me and my mother. Against the whole
against the whole world.
Yeah, then we started talking. When we started talking, when the story was going in, everybody, the police, all the heads from military police, city police, the reserve force, everybody could see that no, actually
it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Then the general himself, Shikongo, I was like, okay, let's cut whatever transpire after. Let's look at the bottom. Point. Where was this story born? And how did it brought up? So the story here is that this person was given a child. And you as a family promised the guy that you guys are gonna pay. And now at the end of the day, the results came after the money for the second paternity test, but now you guys don't want to keep up the promise. Now the husband going, no, we can still talk, and da 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 da. I'm like, talk about what? Because I had to speak it. I was like, you are so disrespectful because of the power that you have in government and because of the money. But you don't care that I was also born. And I'm loved by my family as much as you love your child. And what your child did was pure nonsense. No, what? Then she even told them, look, here we have to protect two lives. As much as you guys are saying they can want to kill your daughter. This guy is also precious to his family. And he's loved by his family. We don't want any life to be lost here. Because this guy can go and kill himself. And then his family at the end of the day is going to lose out. But who's the cause of the result? It's your child. And how you guys are handling the issue. From that was a thing of now, the father demanded, no, we can still go talk, what. Then later on, then she was like, okay, if you guys are willing to go sit down and talk again on how to resolve the issue, it's fine, go ahead. We went, then come out to talk again, then the guy demanded, no, decided we are not going to pay him. So I was like, from there I left the story. Just to find out the child's father is the guy, the very guy that I schooled.
The one that you were doubting.
No, I was not doubting. The one she said was the father.
Oh.
He's a guy that I know. He's from Rakana. I schooled at Rakana. I completed there. So I was like,
So you guys schooled together?
We actually schooled together. I know the guy, and
are you on speaking terms with him?
I don't mind. Yeah, I met him sometimes. I think I went to. He works for education. I went to
but
education.
Does he know?
No, he knows.
Oh.
I went to education several times. I don't know if it was a trick between them two or an agreement or whatever. I met him in the elevators certain times. I hold nothing against him. I'm a Jew, and I'm her.
Okay, after what you went through, do you believe true love exists?
Yeah, no, true love do exist. Just simply because we're not loved the right way doesn't mean true love doesn't. There are people who never experience anything. Or
are you currently in love?
Am I currently in love? That's a minute the question. Am I currently in love? Yes, I am in love.
Okay, are you willing to be a father after what happens on
I'm actually a proud father to beautiful human beings.
How many kids do you have?
2.
So you're a father of 2?
Yeah, no, those 2 kids they are replaced. And the good part is that just that I find joy in my kids. I find joy in my kids. I think they're the reason why I'm pushing until the day. And they really remember the first child was a girl. And that's how God works. God works in very beautiful ways.
Yeah.
So I thought the other child was beautiful. I was given until I got my own very beautiful girl. Very beautiful, very smart. We got a very strong bond. She loves me unconditionally. Oh man, she's everything.
Okay, but were you not doubting the baby?
So when the story came out of the second child, I was not with I don't like to call the mother of my child baby mama. I always, because honestly I have respect for her on virtue that she's the mother of my child.
Yeah.
And we are not together of course, but we are raising the child.
Yeah.
And I respect you on that. That she's the mother of my child, and I called her the mother of my child.
And she was very honest with you.
No, it was the thing of when I went through that, we're not together. But she decided, if you have doubt in our child, in our daughter, I'm willing 100% to go to a paternity test.
Yeah.
So now with my child, it need no introduction.
Yeah.
It's a copy and paste.
So there was no need for DNA test.
Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Then I got the second child, and the second child was. My second daughter is from a different woman as well. And if you find my 2 daughters, I post my elder daughter with the younger one. Many people think that when I post the younger one, it's the older one when she was young.
Yeah, that includes me.
Yeah, that includes you, yes.
Yeah, because I was doing some research and I thought, oh, maybe this guy only has 1.
Yeah, no, actually I've got 2, but they look the same. They look similar, copy and paste, but then they are from 2 different mothers. That's why I'm saying the first child have no resemblance of me.
Yeah.
My 2 kids, they are beautiful version of me. And they're very, guys, they're very beautiful.
Okay, so what lesson did you learn from the 2 incidents?
I've learned that today's problem is always tomorrow's jokes. Look, here we are talking about it, laughing about it. It's nothing deep anymore as it was, but it also made me wise. And I believe I'm a prayer warrior. Like I believe in God, and I believe God can never give you something that you can't handle.
Okay.
So it's just a thing of we need to speak out about it, and more especially when it's time, because a lot of guys we are from the community. More especially me from Oshiwambo or our Wambo community.
Yeah.
It was a thing of I've learned that we're told a man need to be strong. You don't need to talk out.
Yeah.
You can't cry. You're a man. But as I was growing, I've learned that it's okay for a man to cry. It's a man for you to talk about it. And here I am. Some people look at it like, no, possibly this guy is looking for publication or publicity. Come on, man.
No, actually you're not looking for publicity because you are changing someone's life.
No, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, you see a lot of short-minded people, or slow-minded people think it's about publicity. And I always say, look, there are a lot of patient killing happening in the country.
Yeah.
There are a lot of this incident where you find a guy finding out the child is not easy, will kill the child, will kill the mother.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, that is not an option. That's not the right way to do things.
Yeah.
Because it's about, there's a bright future ahead of you.
Yeah.
And there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So it's a thing of chill, relax, pray.
Before we go for the break, you were on the message.
Yeah,
the lesson learned
the
from
lesson
the
learned.
whole,
Yeah, and from there, actually also, I believe that when life gives you lemon, you must make your lemonade out of it.
Yeah.
And so when life gives you lemon, come on, make your lemonade out of it and drink and enjoy your cold lemonade.
Yeah.
So out of that, I came up with a clothing brand. I've got a classic clothing merchandise that I'm putting on here.
Nam Legend.
Nam Legend.
Okay.
It's my own brand that I created. Out of that, Nam is for Namibia. Legend is actually, I believe I'm a legend because of what I survived 2 times, not once, 2 times.
Yeah.
So I believe surviving this is not a cup of tea because a lot of guys that went through what I went through, a lot of them are behind bars today. Some are 4 feet under the ground, like because a lot of guys have killed women and kids. And at the end of the day, the media, how it reports it will tell you, no, a guy killed a lady, but they don't really go deeper to investigate what's the cause.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's also hard for them, I understand, simply because the people who are supposed to give the reason why such things have happened, they're all gone.
Yeah.
So I'm a living testimony, and Nam Legend is so I use the lion on my brand. The lion is representing me, because I'm the king. The lion is the king in the jungle. I believe I'm a king in the jungle in the world where I'm living. And my brand is all about inspiring anybody out there who's going through difficulties. It can be a single mother raising his kids. It can be a grandmother trying to hustle, selling fake cakes. She's a legend in her own way. It can be somebody who feel they want to give up in life. So Nam Legend is an inspiration and it keeps me going. So it's a very classic clothing merchandise. I would love to decade the most expensive local brand, simply because, come on, you guys can see it's embroidered. The design and the quality, and also I don't want my brand just to be worn by everybody that comes. It should be seen on Legends, you know. So that's one of my clothing merchandise, and this is actually an empire that I'm living. Okay. Even if I go down today, even if I die today, my kids, I believe and I trust them. They're gonna push it, and one day I wanna leave a legacy behind of my clothing merchandise, and I just don't wanna focus on clothing. For now, we are doing clothing and photography. I wanna grow in it, and I wanna see how diverse I can take it right now.
But okay, in the interview you spoke of you studying.
Yeah.
What did you study? I
studied journalism. I did a double major in corporate communication and new media. So I work as a PR. Okay. I'm a public relation officer. That's what I do 8 to 5. Then on my spare time, I look at my brand and I see how well I should improve the empire and build an empire. So I'm busy. I don't have a life actually.
Okay, let me ask you this question. If I have to take you back 10 years, what will you do differently that you failed, maybe that led to what you went through? What will you do differently?
That's $1 million question. I love the question actually. It's a thing of, if you had to take me 10 years back from before this all happened, trust me, I won't do anything different. I won't do anything different because I look at myself, I'm proud of myself. Okay. 10 years back, I was young, I remain hungry and humble. I'm myself, I never lose myself. Okay. Whether it's in pain or in happiness, I keep the same energy. I haven't done anything wrong because I believe people who always go back like 10 years ago, I could have done this differently. Are people who think they have failed. Yeah. I haven't failed.
So
for me, this was progress. I've learned. I have a story to. I'm busy writing a storybook of my life, and this year, because before December, because my birthday is in December, the chapter that I need to write a chapter of my life, and I think this Nam Legend could have not been born if it wasn't because of what I went through or what I survived. Yeah, exactly. So today there are people who admire my brain, and there are people who, especially Namibians, when they're traveling out of Namibia. Yeah. I have videos of people who love my brains who were in Ukraine at the war zone, and they're from Namibia who are studying to medicine and other stuff, and they are wearing Nam Legend like. Yeah. You know, some of them are in New York, you know. When you are walking the street of New York and you meet another Namibian, it's like, yo, man.
I'm legend.
You're from Namibia, so...
Yeah, I'm a Namibian legend.
So it's an inspiration, so trust you me, I wouldn't change.
Okay, but when the book comes out, please do call us so we can come and do the review of the book again.
No, definitely. It's just a whole thing of, I believe, love is beautiful. So to everybody out there who's possibly going through rough and harsh love, it just means that you're not loved right, or that person is not the right person for you. Because when somebody loves you, pain is not love, and we should normalize. I mean, we should get away from that whole mentality where we think, no, pain is also part of love. Pain is not part of love. Love is beautiful, and I still believe in love after all the times that it messed me and it put me down.
What do you want to be remembered as?
A legend. A living legend. The whole thing is just about, I want to be remembered as the first guy that publicly came out to speak about this abuse. This gender-based violence, actually. This is gender-based violence. And actually, more often, we have men who are married, who are in relationship, and some are married today. They're being abused by women.
So what do you tell them?
More of it, speak out. And sometimes search for help, and if you see it's not working, you are loved at home. Come on. Guys, we are loved at home. You can't be there and be treated like an orphan as if you don't have anybody who loves you. With me, it's not about my mother, it's not about, I look at my kids. My kids loves me unconditionally. And my daughter will come to me and tell me, Daddy, I love you.
Since we are saying people should speak out, and you are a living testimony, for people out there who are going through the same situation that you went through, and they want to talk to someone, are you available for that? I
am 100%, and I get calls. You can call me 24 hours on the clock. I can share my...
If you don't mind.
Yes, my cell phone number 081-2125-077. But guys, strictly to do with to do with all these issues. Of course, they can as well follow me on Instagram, The Truth King PJ, Facebook, King PJ, but Facebook, I think I'm gonna start up with a fan page because my personal one, I think it have gotten full, but I've deleted some people out. So I think there is possibly 10 people that I can accept, and the rest I've reached the limit. But anyhow, I'm available, and I also just want to encourage the corporate companies to, when I've seen this whole event where they are hosting men conference. Men conference, we shouldn't just pick people from the random. We shouldn't pick random people just to come talk. When we have major events like men conference where men are invited, we need to have speakers who are survivors of this type of things, who are survivors of abuse. Because now sometimes you call a pastor, yes, he's a pastor, but possibly have dealt with issue of that nature. But himself, he does not know how it feels. There are some things that we'll never understand.
So in actual fact, you are saying the men conference failed its purpose?
Completely, 100%. There was one that was hosted, I don't know where, at the school. There was one which I saw some artists were performing at an Empower convention. And if you look, I saw Dinaf talking about it. I saw Dinaf went through an abusive, I think, relationship that went toxic at some point. But we need to have people, when we talk about, look, we need to differentiate things as much as we are believer. We don't need a main conference where we're going to be like praying and what. It's all, look, God should find us moving. God, you can't just be there praying. God must find you moving. But what I'm saying is that get men who have survived this certain issue. And when they're talking and encouraging other men, they are not just freestyling. You are hearing from the horse's mouth. And that's what I'm talking about. And I think men really, I believe a lot is being done to a girl child. Less to nothing is being done to a boy child. We can go to schools in Namibia. You know, they are giving pets to girls. They are doing talks with girls. But when it comes to boys, nothing is done. And we need our corporate companies to come on board, invite us who have survived this thing, and go inspire and go talk to these young guys. That look, if you go through something, don't take a panga, don't take a knife, don't go steal your father's gun. Men, don't kill yourself. If you are to look at the number of men that have taken their life in a period of November alone, you'll be shocked. And most of the time it's what? Relationship. They had an argument. He was damned. He was. And more often, many people, when you get damned, you think that's the end of the world. But guys, when you are damned, it's just a very, it's a new page to something even more beautiful. And trust you me, you're gonna laugh at yourself after some period. I look at these girls that gave me the kids, you know. When I look at them, sometimes I feel pity for them.
Yeah.
You know, I feel pity for them because I'm like, they need Jesus. They need to find themselves. They need prayers. You know, because at the end of the day, like none of them apologize.
Yeah.
Some of them try to fight me, but at the end of the day, these kids are gonna grow.
Yeah.
And this, you know the truth, you don't hide it. It's just like milk. When there's butter in milk, the butter will always be on top. So the kids are gonna come, and the kids are they're gonna face the fire from. I couldn't put any fire on them. Their kids are gonna deal with them eventually one way or another.
Okay. Let me, based on your experience. And the way the parents of the ladies were involved, do you think parents are doing enough in the upbringing of a girl child?
To be honest, of course, I will answer this into say. I'm a fair person. There are those, I'm going to commend those who are doing great, including the mother of my daughter. Because I look at my daughter, you know.
She really changed your life.
Yeah, when I look at my daughter, for example, the mother raised her, is raising her because they stay together. I only get her sometimes, or most of the time pick her up and everything. The mother think I'm the one actually who's spoiling her, because my daughter is being raised in a way that she can survive on her own, even if tomorrow we are not there. But again, there are a lot of mothers who are failing, completely. Because you are giving your child, but you don't. The way you are raising a child, you don't know that tomorrow you might not be there. And number two is that wrong is wrong and wrong can never be right. If my child is wrong, if my daughter could have done something that I went through with somebody's child, me being a parent, I'll never support my child in public, in front of them. In front of other parents, I'm going to go low, I'm going to go home and listen, ask for forgiveness. Then come home, talk to my child and tell my child what you did was wrong. But just because it's wrong doesn't mean that I'm going to throw you away. I remain your father. So it's a chapter that happened. So we need to close this chapter. We need to march forward. But wrong should be addressed as wrong. Wrong can never be right. Or you don't try to want to make or link things which are not there. Wrong is wrong. And we need to raise kids because we live in a world where it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's really, because a lot of people, more especially women, who were killed by men, if we were to bring them back to life and ask, why were you killed? Why were you killed? Why were you killed? You're going to find out of 100, only 3% were killed because of innocent, they haven't done anything, because of men and everything. The rest, you're going to hear hell opening like
okay, while you are there, do you think our justice system, and including Ministry of Gender, are they doing enough to protect the child?
Not at all. Not at all. And I'm a living testimony, because after these, the first incident I went to court, I was like, okay, now what should I do? Then they answered me, no, this is where we end. Whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna possibly contact your lawyer and see how it goes. But lawyers are very expensive. But when a minister is supporting the child, they don't even say lawyer story. It's like the Ministry of Gender, Welfare, whatsoever. It's like a Ministry of Women. Men. And that's why when a man goes there and you say, my wife beats me, they start laughing. It's like a joke. So the system, in fact, in the judiciary, we don't have anything that protects men. That's how unfortunate we men are. And that's why now, because look at my story, for example. At the end of the day, after all the drama that unfolded, and after the father came in, after the mother agreed to pay and refused, if I've got a gun, I know how to use it perfectly well.
I
am trained, of course, and I'm trained to kill the enemy, not So it's a thing of, if I could take a gun and pull a trigger on their daughter, the nation, it could be in the newspaper that a man killed, and they will say, no, they've been in a toxic relationship and everything. But that's not the case. It's just because who brought this? The parents brought it. By agreeing for us to go for a second paternity, promising they're going to pay me back, and they've never done that to today, you know. But I know karma is gonna come and it's gonna deal with them one way or another. So, yeah.
Okay. Lastly, what are your last words?
My last word is just that men speak up, talk. Let's not abuse. Abuse is abuse, whether it's from a man or from a woman. I don't support any type of abuse, but we should talk. Men, let's stand up as well. Women have stand up, and that's why they are fighting for 50-50 everywhere. You understand? We need to pull together. We should be brothers instead of us hating on each other on useless things. We should focus on building the Namibian nation. Let's also focus on coming up with association to help a boy child. So that's actually my last words to the Namibian nation. Thank you for having me in your studio, and hopefully we see how it's gonna reach out and how they're gonna respond to it. I'm ready to come back for more.
Yeah. Okay, that was it. You have heard it from the man himself. From today on, I will indeed start calling him Nam Legend, because he informed you, he educated you, he also saved a life of a boy child who is going through the same thing by unveiling his side of the story. That was it from us today and the entire crew, signing out.